Starting in October of 2024 and finishing up in October of 2025, we went on an epic journey. We traveled through 37 states, some of them more than once, as we went from the New England states down to the Florida Keys and all the way out to the Washington state and back across the northern tier of the United States. We traveled 11,463 miles. We tracked every fuel stop, all the gallons of fuel, every campground, every place we stayed. So come along on this journey as we tell you about every place we went and some of the fun things we did. We'll get into it later about fuel mileage and stuff like that. We are traveling in a 38-foot Tiffin motorhome diesel pusher. So if you ever wondered what a trip like that would cost in a diesel pusher, be glad to fill you in on some of the info. All right, I had to make some notes on this one, so it sounds like I'm reading this. I am. Uh, on this trip, we made a total of 34 fuel stops and used 1,436 gallons of diesel at a pump price of $5,366.89. That worked out to around 7.5 miles per gallon, which is pretty typical for a motorhome of our size, especially since out west we was doing a lot of mountain climbing and had a lot of headwinds a couple of days. The reason I mentioned the pump price, we used the Open Roads fuel card, so we actually saved $524.31 on our trip, which comes in pretty handy. It's a whole lot better than paying the fuel right out of your pocket. Part of this journey, we spent 6 months work camping in the Everglades, so that's the reason it took us a whole year to complete this. On the rest of the journey, we stayed at 46 campsites. It was 14 harvest hosts and 32 campgrounds. If you've never stayed at a harvest host, they're a great way to meet some interesting people and different backgrounds. They're also a great, because a lot of them are placed in like wineries or breweries and stuff like that. So there's a place to eat. If you don't feel like cooking on a travel day, there's always a place where you can go in and get a sandwich or a pizza or something like that, which is pretty great because they like you to uh, do a little bit of business with them when you stay there for free anyway. So that's where we usually find our cheaper places to stay is at Harvest Host. Some people like to stay in parking lots and boondock and stuff like that. We've just never got into too much of that. We do it occasionally, but just not too much. So it's all up to you. We broke down our fuel prices earlier, but I didn't break down what it cost us per campground or anything like that because we stayed at so many harvest hosts, and maybe you'll stay at higher price campgrounds, maybe you'll stay at cheaper ones. So it's really kind of hard to break down a cost of the stays. Um, I don't know. That's how we did our trip. Uh, was the trip cheap? No, it wasn't. We spent some money. Was it worth it? Oh yeah, I'd do it again next year. I don't know if we will or not, but I'd be more than willing to do it again. So that's the way we do it at Escaping Normal. We've broken this trip down on several different videos that we're posting as we go along here. So be sure and look at Escaping Normal RV and give us some comments down below how you like doing your trip and where you like staying at as you travel.